Hello and welcome to Benz Addiction. From the day one when I bought my R230, the fuel indicator was not showing the correct amount of fuel. Let's check it out. When I switch on the ignition, this is what I get. Only a few liters of fuel inside the tank, but that's not correct because I filled the tank and it was pretty much full. This gauge was not moving at all. So let's have a look inside the tank and see the fuel sending unit, what is wrong with it and why it's not working properly. The tank on the R230 is not underneath the car, it's just in front of the trunk area. So it should be behind that upholstery trim. So let's take off the few clips around it, including these two over here, and see if we can access the fuel sending unit. That's a T20. Two screws over here. It's a T30, and the next one is on the other side to remove this separator, the partition. So there are four clips, tiny clips, plastic ones, that attach this fabric to the rear trim piece as well, and we're going to take those. There are two on this side and two on this side as far as I can see. Okay, so it's easier than you think, and there are two clips each side, one and two, these type of clips, one and two, and basically it's out. So basically the whole mechanism is now out, and we have full access to this trim piece over here, and with a little luck we will be able to pull it off and access the sender unit. This is the best dressing band for a mechanic, yes, tape and tissues. With this plastic removed, we have better access over here, and that's funny, it's not completely aligned. To test to see if the gauge is actually working, I'm going to short circuit these two to see how the gauge reacts. Successfully shorted. Let's check it out to see how the fuel gauge will react. The sending unit resistant range is from 5 to 200 ohm. So if you short circuit this, the logic of the rear SAM module will accept that as a short circuit, and instrument cluster gauge will not show any number and it fall down to 0 again. So basically I'm going to test a resistor over here. It's a 100 ohm resistor, and see then what happens. And that's much better. With 100 ohm I'm getting this reading 100%. The sending unit is faulty. So let's go ahead and remove it and see what's happening there. I cut the upholstery around, and I'm using two 5.5mm drill bits in those two holes. And from here there are a few precautions. There will be gas inside, and how much gas you only know. So you better drain your fuel tank before, or as low as fuel as possible. There will be fumes out, so you should work in a very ventilated area, and all the precautions. Have a fire extinguisher handy, and then what we do, this is impossible with one hand, so I have to put my hands on top of the drill bits and then try. With a little twisting force, counterclockwise, it's off. See, it's moving now. So there will be fuel inside, and we need to take it out gently, and I can see why it was not working already. So this is why my fuel gauge was not working, and pretty much it was stuck. It was stuck because it's not moving smoothly enough, and you see all the crap on it. I need to know if this fuel sending unit works within the resistant range, and I'm going to check that next, then this is probably fixable with cleaning and lubrication and just making it smooth again. So I've connected my multimeter to this using alligator clips, and I'm going to move this lever to see if I get, let's start from the very low fuel, and that's showing 1,000 ohm, almost 1,000 ohm. And if I go just a little bit higher, 95, we got 84, we got 77, that's 0.77 kilo ohm, and then 69, 60, 57, 50, this is 52 ohm, and this is 85, and this is 121, 155, 230, 290, 360. So pretty much it's working. The only problem is it's not smooth and it gets stuck. So I'm going to clean it up as much as possible and then try to smoothen this friction plastic pivot point. Also, neutral contact cleaner comes handy for this area over here to clean it out, all the gunk and stuff like that. Okay, I was able to smoothen it out with few times of moving up and down, and it's moving smoothly enough using the contact cleaner and some silicone WD-40 for this area. So it's much clean and very smooth and should be no problem moving up and down inside the tank. And I'm going to install it back right now. But before that, I'm going to check the resistance to see 53 all the way. Very good so far. 253 into the yeah, it's good enough. We got almost all the range, which is great. For points, when I removed this float, the plastic float from the tank, it was not saturated with gas, and there was no, so I think it's not punctured and it's good. So it's going back. I think there is no problem, and we'll test it out. But anyway, even if your sending unit is in a worse condition than this and it's not fixable, then you will need to decide and buy a new one. But this is the process of removal, and the installation will be the opposite. But I'm going to put it inside the tank and show you if the gauge works or not. This is the way it goes in, like that, and you need to apply some pressure, this time clockwise, the reverse, and pretty much that's it. But I'm going to completely turn it using the bits I have, and I'm going to check it. Okay, this is what I was expecting. And even if not, we all know how to take out, remove, and test our sending unit and replace if necessary. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing. Have a great day. Enjoy your Mercedes. Bye.
Phil.
3, 2, 1.